Good morning. My name is Miguel Gonzalez, and I'm a retirement specialist with over 20 years of experience helping clients in retirement income planning, overseeing investment of funds, and designing retirement plans. Let's talk about inflation and how it varies depending on your age and spending. The headline Consumer Price Index is important only as a general gauge. What will inflation be in the coming years? The real answer is that it varies according to your age and spending patterns. Inflation could wallop someone with kids in college and might be hardly noticeable to a stay-at-home type. And recent inflation may stun someone looking for a used car, but might be a yawner for someone shopping for a new car. Inflation is a sustained increase in prices for general goods and services in the economy and is typically measured annually. Theoretically speaking, as inflation rises, every dollar you own buys a smaller amount of a good or service. While the reported inflation rate, typically reported as the CPI or Consumer Price Index, is important for Social Security income calculations, which rise with the index, it may not accurately reflect your individual inflation rate. Let's take the summer of 2021 and inflation. On June 10th, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics announced that the Consumer Price Index increased by 0.6% in May after rising 0.8% in April. But maybe more importantly, the BLS reported that the overall inflation rate rose by 5% this past year, which is the largest 12-month increase since a 5.4% increase for the period ending August 2008. But that 5% annual inflation figure masks a huge range among the individual components of inflation and will hit each of us differently. Let's analyze each of the components. The index for food rose 2.2% over this past year. Index for full-service meals, 4.8% increase over the last 12 months, the largest 12-month increase since October 2008. Household Furnishings and Operations Index increased by 1.3% in May, its largest monthly increase since January 1976. The index for new vehicles rose 3.3% over the past 12 months, its largest 12-month increase since November 2011. The index for used cars and trucks increased by 29.7% over the past year. The index for motor vehicle insurance rose 16.9% over the past year. Energy index rose 28.5% over the last 12 months. Gasoline index rose 56.6% since May 2020, the largest 12-month increase since the period ending April 1980. Medical care index rose 0.9% over the past 12 months, its smallest increase since the period ending March 1941. In other words, if you're in the market for a new car, you're in luck, as the inflation rate on new cars, 3.3, is less than the overall inflation rate of 5.4. But if you're in the market for a used car or truck, prepare for sticker shock, as used cars and trucks have increased about 6 times faster than the currently high inflation rate. Oh, and insure your car, well, that's way up too in price. On the other hand, the cost of medical care has slowly gone down. Glass half full, glass half empty, depending on who you are. Inflation is personal. We get to choose from financial expenses and lifestyle choices, although others we must accept. People planning to retire commonly ask how to calculate their future rate of inflation, because projecting the price increases lie ahead is central to anticipating annual income needs. Sadly, there's no magic number. And oftentimes, the assumed number can be flawed and vary significantly from one family to the next. Let's take an example. If you enjoy traveling, you will likely incur many service expenses, including hotels, dining, and transportation. Thus, you should expect travel inflation will be higher than the reported CPI. Travel expenses tend to increase in the early years of retirement and slow later on as people take fewer trips. On the other hand, if you're a homebody who does your own yard work and property improvements, well, then you will likely encounter lower inflation levels relative to your traveling friends, although lumber prices have skyrocketed over the past year. The key point about inflation is that your personal inflation rate is uniquely based on your age and your lifestyle. The headline CPI number is important, as I mentioned, only as a general gauge. The more we consider prices as they relate to the goods of the economy and the lifestyle of the investor, the more accurate we can be in estimating an inflation number for you. For now, car dealerships are loving the higher prices for used cars and trucks. Talk to your financial professional to make sure you accurately project for inflation as you think about your retirement plans. Once again, this is Miguel Gonzalez with Cortburg Retirement Advisors. Please take a moment to click the like icon and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel to receive a weekly video podcast every Monday morning. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next week.